Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center for Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Basketball on HCAM. This evening, we got the 4-1 Hopkinton Hillers taking on the 4-0 Westwood Wolverines. Tom Nappy alongside Morgan Donahue of Westwood Media Center on the call for you this evening. Morgan, welcome to the HCAM broadcast. Happy to have you. It should be a fun game between two very good TVL large opponents.
Absolutely, Tom. Thank you so much for having me. This is what we were talking before the game, but in my opinion, TVL game of the week right here. 4-1 Hopkinton versus 4-0 Westwood. TVL large matchup. You know, if you want to win a TVL large championship, you got to go through the TVL large teams that are vying for one. Hopkinton always in the mix. Westwood always in the mix. You also have, a little different this year with no Medfield. So, it's going to be a battle when it comes to the TVL large this year, and there's certainly a few teams that are going to make their case for coming away with the crown.
Absolutely. The Hillers are fresh off a nice holiday invitational tournament win, the Mary Corby tournament, third annual Mary Corby tournament. They took 2 wins in that tournament as they took down Algonquin and Milford, so they're ready to go. They didn't have that long holiday break, so the legs should be fresh. Right now, let's send it down to courtside for the opening announcements.
Game as the Westwood Wolverines take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and the berating of players or officials. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at HHS. And now for tonight's lineups. For the visiting Wolverines, number 1, Charlotte Hurley. Number 11, Mackenzie Kaiser. Number 15, Caroline Nazalilo. Number 22, Angelina Homsey. And number 33, Elizabeth Weeman. The Wolverines are coached by Catherine Clifford. And now for your Hopkinton Hillers. Number 10, Julia Chatton. Number 14, Sophia Whiteman-Kraus. Number 24, Abby Rabinovich. Number 21, Captain Megan Grady. Number 22, Captain Tegan Restaghini. The Hillers are coached by Mike Greco, assisted by Michaela Pucci and Cam Gallagher. We now ask that if you are able to rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it. We are just about ready to go. The 4-1 Hopkinton Hillers, the 4-0 Westwood Wolverines. A TVL large battle here on this Friday night. A good crowd on hand. And these two teams, they had a couple of playoff runs last season. Westwood finished 6-14 overall, lost it to Tewksbury in the preliminary round of the Division II playoffs. Hopkinton fell to Quincy in the Division I playoffs, round of 32, 55-36, and finished 10-11 overall. But Morgan, Westwood has defeated the Hillers in 3 of the last 4 games. So the Hillers looking to maybe change that trend a little here tonight.
It looked last year, and it looks like both teams were 1-1 against each other, stealing one on the road.
They were indeed, yes. So the year before was all Westwood. Last year they split the series, so we'll see what happens this year as Sophia Whitman-Kraus in the center circle for the Hillers. She was up against Mackenzie Kaiser, and we are underway. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to go Hillers' way. Hillers in the home white jerseys. Westwood in the green with the white lettering. And set to inbound. It was going to be Tegan Restaghini. They'll switch it up and have Megan Grady. Hillers working left to right across your screen. Restaghini gets it over to the wing to Grady. Hillers working along the perimeter, trying to open up the interior.
It's like Westwood in some man-on-man defense right here at the start.
Good steal there by Kaiser as she got the swat on the attempted pass by Rabinovich. A 3-ball, no good by Liz Weeman. Westwood maintains possession. Holmesy puts it up and in.
Holmesy, a volleyball player for Westwood, which, Tom, you covered a few of those games. What a matchup between Westwood and Hopkinton volleyball this past season.
Absolutely. An incredible matchup. And, of course, they met in the playoffs. Westwood got the win in that matchup. I believe they split the season series.
Yep, split the season series, both team winning at home. And kudos to you, Tom. You were covering Westwood's game the next game after that, in the Final Four versus Westbrook.
That's right.
TVL Sportsnet.
And TVL Sportsnet will be making its grand return very soon in 2025.
I love it.
Hurley gets it over to Nussville. Now underneath, and it's a rebound by the Hillers. Quick feed, and off the window, no good there is Whitman-Kraus, but the putback counted.
Great position. I mean, that was a great fast break off a rebound, and then great positioning there for the rebound on the other end to put that back for 2.
Westwood trying to strike. Charlotte Hurley misses the lay-in. Loose ball, battle for it, and we're going to have a jump ball call.
Westwood with the possession arrow to kick off. So keep an eye on Weeman. Weeman so Westwood missed Charlotte Hurley for a few games. They missed Olivia Shea as well. They had some injuries. Weeman was one of those players that picked up the slack and was a big player for the Wolverines in some big games versus Holliston, versus Norwood as well. Big 3, so keep an eye on her. Very good player for the Wolverines.
Restaghini misses the lay-in. Westwood has it back. Long pass up court. What a block by Grady on the attempted lay-in by Holmesy.
Great defense. And right off the bat, Tom, what an amazing court you have here. It is big, it is wide open, and there's a lot of banners.
Well, there must be a good amount of banners over in that Westwood court as well.
But this definitely is probably right tops of the TVL as well for away games. What a spot and place to watch a basketball game.
Well, glad you could join us today, and this should be a good one. 2 of the best so far in the TVL Larges. Chatton and inbounds to Whitman-Kraus. Up and in she goes with the bucket. 4-2 lead for the Hillers, 2 minutes in. Westwood working against the full court press. Both teams trying to get that pressure going early and often. A long 3, and it's good.
So we mentioned it earlier, Weeman, great 3 shooter for the Wolverines. She is only she's a junior, so she was a sophomore last year, so only still somewhat young for the Wolverines.
Westwood trap working along the far side as Restaghini gets called for the travel.
Charlotte Hurley now with the ball. She is back after 2 years of being out. So first game back, she had 14 points. It was a heck of a way to come back, and top player for the Wolverines, amazing ball handler at the point guard position.
Absolutely. She must have been thrilled to be able to get out there again this season.
Oh, I had the opportunity to interview her. The raw emotion of just the excitement of being back, it was palpable.
3-ball attempt to Weeman, yes!
Weeman.
She's feeling it.
Her brother is a player at Wentworth Institute of Technology, the AD there, Westwood grad. Cheryl Aaron.
Hiller's looking for an opening. Restaghini takes it in, down the lane, and puts it in, plus the foul.
What a move. Taking it to the rim and getting the foul as well. Lefty.
Yes.
That's not easy.
A nice finger roll lay-in. She's at the line for the and one. She's got it.
So, Tom, when I look at the roster, I see a ton of underclassmen, but I see some terrific leaders out there. When I look at the captains and the seniors, what a great example they're setting for this young core of players that they have on the team.
Absolutely. A nice block there by Whitman Krause on the attempted Hurley lay-in. Westwood will inbound. Yeah, they got a lot of new faces this season, but some incredible up-and-coming young talent to be on the lookout for this year. A missed lay-in there by Kaiser, and the Hillers have it. Collected by Restaghini, who sends it up. Hillers quickly working into the interior. Now the kick out to Rabinovich. Rabinovich down the lane, gets it over to the corner. 3 attempt, no good there by Chatton. Hillers maintain possession as Grady gets to the loose ball, trying to get it to Restaghini. No backcourt violation, it was touched by a defender. Along the elbow, Rabinovich. Hiller's going to work along the top of the perimeter. Now back to Rabinovich, up and in, count it. The freshman.
Good look, good finish. They're moving the ball, terrifically in the offensive zone. Saw a couple wide open looks too, just from some great movement.
Now Zalillo able to maintain possession for Westwood, and we're going to have a jump ball here as Hurley gets tied up with Megan Grady. Possession arrow going Hillers away.
We're going to get some substitutions here coming on for Westwood. I see Hogan. I also see Madison Ward. So Hogan, a sophomore for the Wolverines, number 13. Madison Ward, number 2, is a senior.
And you're telling me the head coach of Westwood, Catherine Clifford, is formerly of Norwood.
Yes.
Restaghini with the lay-in plus the foul. Another and one.
Part of our graduating class, 2005 at Norwood. She was, I believe, a captain of all 3 sports she played. I think it was soccer, basketball, and track. So a terrific athlete. Her 10th year at the head coaching position for the girls basketball.
No good on the and one attempt. Loose ball. Westwood has it. Collected by Madison Ward. Ward trying to shake the defender. Gets it over. With it now, Nozalillo. Taking it in. That pass swatted. Hillers have it. Collected by Vallis. And out. Taking it in Simulus. The lay-in. No good. And Westwood going to get it back. Whitman Krause on that lay-in attempt. Kaiser fires it over. Westwood going to work along the perimeter now. Into the interior. Now Zalillo to the rack. Draws the foul.
That's a good look for the Wolverines. Nazalillo down low. She's a terrific athlete, Tom. She's going to play at Brown after this year. She's an All-American lacrosse player at Westwood, but a terrific athlete. She's going to play lacrosse at the next level.
First of 2, no good for the senior. On the second one, she strikes. It's a 2-point game.
So far, this is everything that I was anticipating in this matchup.
Yes.
Good defense, good offense.
There's a steal for Weeman on the attempted pass from Whitman Cross. Weeman trying to shake the defender. She already has a couple threes tonight. Along the sideline now, falls into the trap. Hiller's going to get it back. Pass up by Simulus. And a ball touched by the defenders. Whitman Kraus try to get a handle on it. And they will call it out on Kraus. They're going to say she got the last touch. It'll be Westwood ball. Weeman into Ward. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Weeman with the pass up the sideline. Kaiser. 2 defenders on her. Gets it away, but no one there. Simulus with it. Vallis. Back to Simulus. Going to take it down. Up for the lay-in, and she was looking for the foul there. No call. Loose ball. Hillers maintain. Kick out by Rabinovich. 3 attempt. No good by Vallis. And the rebound by Kaiser. Up to Nazalillo. She goes down the lane. No good on the lane, but we have a foul.
Man, that Hopkinton defense is suffocating, and it seems to be providing some good motivation on the offensive end. I mean, they're getting great looks. It's creating some nice confidence here early on in the game.
First of 2 is good for Nazalillo. She's 2 for 3 from the line. No good there. Rebound Hillers collected by Whitman Kraus. Fires it up. Simulus up for the lay-in, and a good block by Nazalillo. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Nazalillo doing it on both ends. She was a captain last year as a junior, so she's been doing this for a while in a Westwood uniform. Remember her on the varsity program as a freshman, so a terrific athlete and a heck of a basketball player.
Simulus on the entry. Back to Simulus. 3 attempt. No good. A battle for it, and Restaghini tried to keep it in along the baseline, but she could not. Westwood ball.
It'll be interesting to see how Westwood adapts to this full court press. It looks like Hopkinton kind of laying off a little bit, but Westwood starting to move it a little bit more.
You'll see a lot of the press up for the lay-in, and no good there's Kaiser, but she's going to draw the contact. She's heading to the line.
So as I mentioned, when Westwood was dealing with injuries, Weeman was certainly a player that was stepping up. The other player that really stuck out to me is Hogan. You'll see her on the court, number 13. She's got the purple sneakers on. Terrific player. She's great from the outside, great shooter.
First of 2, good. Yeah, but Coach Greco kind of picked up where Coach Keene left off. You know, he was under Coach Keene as the assistant for the boys team for a number of years, and then took over the girls program. Has done a terrific job, but he brought that high intensity and a defense that consists of lots of pressing, very aggressive pressing, and it has worked out nicely for this team.
You got to have good endurance. I'd imagine those practices are like track meets for these girls.
A lot of running.
Yeah. Builds character, though. I mean, that's where you win playoff games, is being able to adapt on your defense like that.
3 attempt here, and knocking it down, Julie Hogan.
You can call me Morg Stradamus after my second introduction to players to look out for, and they made a 3 again after that. So Hogan, player mentioned to keep an eye out for. Big 3 right there for the sophomore.
Westwood, they've already knocked down 3 threes in this first quarter. They lead it 15-11, a minute, 11 seconds left to go. But I think the 3 could be the key for the Wolverines. The Hillers are certainly going to be trying to get their 3 ball going as we go on in this game as well. Another 3 attempt. No good this time. Rattles out on the attempt by Hogan. Restaghini with it. Over to the corner, Grady. Driving in, kicks it over. Pass up by Whitman Kraus. Driving down the lane. Back to Whitman Kraus. Goes Simulus, and we're going to have a foul here.
So this is the part of the game where we start to see the bench. You start to see the depth, and a lot of times those are what wins you games. Is, you know, the players that can, when your starters are getting rest, if they can chip in and, you know, continue the movement while the starters come back out. You know, this is a big part of the game.
That foul, team 3rd for Westwood, 2nd on Nazalillo. Up and in, Abby Rabinovich.
High off the glass. Great finish.
A 2-point game, back and forth we go in this first quarter. Ward sneaks it through. Trying to get it into the interior, a steal by Grady. Grady, coast to coast, and was About to go up for the shot, but drew the shoulder by Holmesy, and she is heading to the line.
We're going to get...
Ooh, they're going to say it's an inbound foul.
Oh.
So they're going to say it occurred just before the shot attempt.
So Hurley and Fiscaldo coming in. Want to give a shout out Lois Fiscaldo watching back home. She is home watching, and that's the great thing about HCAM in these games is being able to watch at home and seeing your grandkids and your kids playing.
Absolutely. Putback attempt is blocked, but grabbing her own rebound is Chatton. Restaghini for three. Yes! Tegan Restaghini knocking it down. She's having quite a first quarter. Already 10 points for her tonight. And out of bounds it goes, and what a first quarter it was.
Absolutely.
After 1 quarter of play, it's the Hillers 16, Westwood 15. And Morgan, we're pumped for this game.
Yeah.
And this is why it is a back and forth battle here tonight.
That three at the end was big. I mean, if that three allows Hopkinton to go up one going into the second quarter. And, I'm more of a hockey guy, but we used to talk about, if you give up a goal within the last minute, now you have all this momentum to go into the next period, the next quarter. So that was a big three right there at the end of the quarter for them to, come out of the first quarter up 16-15.
Yeah, good momentum boost for the Hillers heading into the second quarter. And, one of the things about this Hillers team is at times they've gotten a little bit of a slow start in the first half and really come alive in the second half. But this is one of those games right off the bat you got to get a quick start, and it looks like both teams getting a quick start out there. And we have ourselves a battle here in the early minutes.
It'd be good, too, to see the adjustments that are made. Because come playoff team, I feel like it's not only the most talented team that goes on to win championships, it's the team that's most adaptable. So when you play a certain team, you got to make adjustments to be able to keep their best players at bay, to be able to bring your best defense, certain scenarios, situational type stuff. So this will be a good opportunity for both teams to, now have seen a quarter of each other. What kind of adjustments are you going to make? Is it going to be, positional? Is it going to be on certain players? We'll see, but this is where you start to see it.
Absolutely. We are ready to get things going in this second quarter. Westwood will inbound, working right to left across your screen. Hurley with it. Looking to get it over to the near side. It's stolen away. Grady on a quick break. Down the lane, up for the layup. No good. But do we have a foul? Yes, we do.
I got a score update for you, Tom.
All right.
After 1 quarter in Westwood, Hopkinton's up 21-16 on Westwood in the boys' game.
Good news for the Hiller fans.
Yes, hot start for the boys' basketball team. Shout out to Tom Lydon. Thank you for the text update. Appreciate it, pal. That was, love it. The coverage, getting live updates.
Absolutely. Typically, we got to rely on Twitter. So it's going to be a text. Grady hits 1 of 2 from the line. Hillers up 2. They are pressing hard here. Looking to put it up was Holmesy. A block there, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Westwood.
Fiscaldo as well was part of the volleyball team, so it's when you call multiple sports, how cool is it to see similar names and players?
First off, I got to ask you, who's number 5?
5, yes. So I believe that's Abby Loss. So I think she has 2 different numbers, 3 in the home jersey and then 5 in the away.
Okay. Up for the lay-in. No good there is Holmesy, but she is heading to the line after taking some contact.
Or unless she changed the jersey, but the original roster I had was 3.
Sometimes it's the home and away thing. Yeah. You get the different number on the road.
You get someone that didn't return their jersey the year before, and you have 2 separate numbers for home and away.
That's right. Holmesy misses the first, now for the second. There it is, knocks it down. 1-point game. Restaghini with it. Westwood with a press here. Gets it over to Rabinovich. Along the top of the perimeter they go. Back up top. Grady calling it out. Restaghini taking it down the lane, turns it around, back to Grady, up for three, no good. Loose ball collected by Hurley and Westwood. Along the far side, Holmesy, she'll kick it over. Working her way in, Hurley up, no good there. Hillers get it back, collected by Pearson Woodruff. Driving down, Restaghini, no, can't finish. And trying to get the recovery was Hogan, but she stepped out of bounds. It's going to be Hiller ball.
It's like Kaiser coming back in the game and also Whitman Krause coming back in the game. Kaiser for Westwood was the lone All-Star, I believe, last year for the girls. The TVL Large All-Stars. Jump ball.
Yes. That was off the Whitman Krause mix, and Julia Chatton got wrapped up along with Kaiser. Hiller inbound. Round the horn they go.
Great ball movement all night so far by Hopkinton, moving that ball around nicely where they've been getting some open looks.
Ooh, taking some contact, Whitman Krause. Kind of grabbed at the nose area there. Running out of time on the shot clock, and Westwood gets the recovery. Hurley with it. Over to Law. Now along the top battling is Fiscaldo. Gets it over to Kaiser. Underneath now the kick out. Up for the shot is Law. No good. Hillers have it. Restaghini on the break. And it's tapped out by Hurley. Little pickpocket there.
Great defensive play there. No quit on that play. I mean, it was somewhat of a little bit of a fast break, and Kaiser was kind of closing that window down. Hurley came from behind, able to knock that ball loose and regroup here on the inbound.
Vallis gonna drive baseline. Looking to feed it up top. And it was knocked down by Fiscaldo, and then getting wrapped up with Fiscaldo was Rabinovich. Jump ball called. It'll go Westwood's way.
Olivia Shea coming in the game. Grace Fiscaldo coming off. Olivia Shea was dealing with some injuries, and this is her first game back, so a good boost for Westwood having some additional players, and that being one of them, Hurley.
And that is some good passing. Charlotte Hurley puts it up and in. It was Shea from the outside the perimeter to Kaiser at the elbow to Hurley underneath, and Westwood gets the lay-in. Hiller's trying to respond. Up goes Rabinovich. Count it.
She's got that top part of the glass down. It's like a Tim Duncan shot. It's unbelievable the angle she has on it. Heck of a player.
Weeman, long three, no good. Off the mark. It'll go Hiller's way.
Impressive player, Rabinovich.
She likes to take those NBA style threes.
Those are hard. I mean, those are the ones I try to do in horse because it's not a layup. You know, it's a difficult shot. She's making it look easy.
Oh, it's
good hands.
Swatted away.
Kaiser.
Hurley has it. Nice block there by Kaiser. Hurley gets it over to Shea.
You know, the steals are not always the home run steals. You know, sometimes it's just getting the hands up. And that was great hand position by Kaiser to get her hand on the ball and get the turnover.
That was good footwork by Holmes. He straddling the baseline to keep it in. The lay-in attempt by Hurley, no good. Hillers have it. Restaghini kicks it over. Three attempt, yes! Count it, Gabby Simulus.
That was a great drive by Hopkinton, and then find her for the open look, and a great three.
Response by Westwood, no good there. Put back, yes. Off the missed Holmesy shot. Kaiser is there, and she'll put it up and in.
Tom, very impressive. You're not only being able to say everyone's name, you're doing the stats too. I got to learn this. This is very impressive.
Rabinovich up for the lay-in. She's going to draw the foul.
Good crowd we got here.
Certainly is. Where else would you rather be on this Friday night?
Nowhere. This is the spot to be. What a place to watch a basketball game. But, you know, two teams that are vying for a TVL title. This is huge. This is a measuring stick game for both teams, and they're certainly going to see each other again as well later in the season. But this is where you really see, what kind of team are we on the road for Westwood? What kind of team are we at home versus a good team in Hopkinton?
That's right. Rabinovich knocked down both free throws. She has 6 points on the night. Ward with it. Kicks it over. The feet underneath, up and in. Mackenzie Kaiser.
Impressive passing there. That was Maddie Ward over to Hogan, and then inside to Kaiser for the finish.
Kaiser also with 6 points on the night. Over to Simulus. Simulus looking to drive baseline. It's poked out, and they're going to say some contact there. They'll get Mackenzie Kaiser with her first foul of the evening. Into the game for Westwood, Catherine McMurray. Gabby Simulus on the entry. Gets it underneath, and just waiting at the left block for the Hillers is Rabinovich, and she goes up and in with it.
Great pass.
Wolverines hoping to respond. 3 attempt, yes!
Big answer. Big answer there by the sophomore Hogan.
Julie Hogan with a pair of threes on the night. Simulus trying to pass along the sideline, knocked out by the hustling Olivia Shea. Hillers will have the entry. 2:42 left to go in this first half, a 1-point game. Restaghini over to Rabinovich, back to Restaghini, driving through, up, no good, but the foul is called.
That was a difficult shot. She almost made that for the end one. Very impressed by Rabinovich tonight so far.
Tegan Restaghini so far 10 points on the night, hoping to add more here. Got it.
I'm mixing up Restaghini and Rabinovich. Restaghini as well. Terrific talent.
Yeah, she's been kind of one of the offensive leaders of this team, and one of the floor generals as well. As she hits the second as well. A 3-point Hiller lead. Ward feeds it up. Westwood quickly works their way up into the offensive zone. Ward with it. Over to Hurley. Hurley.
So Westwood with their athleticism out there now, looking to move that ball around. They got 3 guards out there that can move well in a double dribble.
They get McMurray with the double dribble.
McMurray, a sophomore for Westwood. I think she was battling some injuries early on, but getting some good time here versus a big-time opponent.
Miss on the 3 by Vallis. Hillers maintained possession, however, as Simulus kicks it out. That attempt no good from the wing, but then we have a foul underneath on the putback attempt. There's Rabinovich on that last 3 attempt, and then Whitman-Kraus grabbed the rebound, tried to put it back, drew the contact.
It looks like 5 team fouls so far for Westwood, and is that automatic free throws?
That is indeed. Hillers in the bonus. They go quarter by quarter now.
Yep.
This is, I believe, the second season they have done that.
Interesting. You could literally win a game, by that. With
Well, it's worked out a lot better because you don't run into foul trouble early in a quarter anymore, or at least as often.
Yes.
And it's kind of just made the game a little more balanced. The steal here, driving down, Whitman-Kraus gets it out to Simulus. And then Simulus's pass is swatted. Westwood gets it back. Good recovery. Coast to coast and in. Julie Hogan.
Hogan off the steal by Hurley. What a athletic feat right there. Just running down the court and able to lay that up for the 2 points.
Rabinovich gets it over to Simulus. Nice feed over to Rabinovich, up for the lay, and no good. Battle for it. We have a foul. It's going to be a charge call against the Hillers. It's going to be a team second for Hopkinton. They'll get Abby Rabinovich with her second of the game. Full court pressure by Hopkinton early. Over to Holmesy. Back to Hurley now. Hurley directing traffic. Gets it back to Holmesy along the wing. Westwood having some trouble finding a way to get into the interior. Hogan launches the long three as the shot clock running low. No good. Restaghini has it. Restaghini fires it up to Grady. Grady gonna drive down, splits the defenders. No good there. Ball knocked out of bounds.
That defense by Hopkinton, they're not giving any ground in the middle. They're forcing, basically the outside is where you got to be able to put some shots up, but nothing in the middle. But I think it's also part, when you look at Westwood on the court right now, you don't see Kaiser out there or Nozzolillo. Those are the two players that are their go-to players, in the middle and in the paint.
Chatting for three, no good. Air ball, but a good rebound by Grady to Restaghini. She goes up with the reverse. Count it. Tegan Restaghini. A big-time bucket there. 30 seconds left in the first half. Hurley with it. Over to Hogan. Hogan trying to get it inside. It's stolen away by Whitman Kraus. Restaghini, 12 seconds left. Fires it over. And it's knocked out of the grasp of Chatton. She recovers. 1 second at the buzzer. Yes! Count it! Sophia Whitman Kraus lays it in. Wow! What a way to end the half. Hillers lead it 33-27, and nothing beats the buzzer beater, Morgan.
No, what a first half. I mean, as advertised, two teams that are well coached, obviously very good athletes on both teams, and every bit of what we were expecting. Hillers up 33, Westwood to Westwood's 27. This, some more adjustments to come in the second half, but I can't wait for the second half after what we just saw here in the first half.
Absolutely, a 16-15 first quarter in favor of the Hillers, 17-12 second quarter, and looks like we're going to have a cheer routine down on the floor. So without further ado, let's send it down to the floor for the upcoming Hiller cheer routine. To start off the week, Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball hosted Milford, and it was an absolute battle. Here's a look at what happened. Rivera working against August, gets it over. Now driving baseline and going up and in. Dio Rodriguez, the junior, gets it over to the corner, up for three. No good by Rivera, and the putback up and in. Dio Rodriguez, and that is going to do it. Milford led 21-6 heading into the second quarter. Good open opportunities. Just has to start knocking down those shots. From the corner for three, Willinson, count it! Up the floor goes the Scarlet Hawks. The feet underneath, up and in. Catino plus the contact. Willinson set to inbound. 8 seconds left to go. Hiller's going to have to work quickly here. Hellstrom Hall driving down, up with the lay-in, count it! And that is a nice way to end the quarter if you're the Hillers. Hopkinton outscores Milford in the second quarter 16-14, but finds themselves down 38-22 heading into the second half. Milford collected by Buckley. Taking it up now, Rivera. Rivera down the lane, up for the jumper, count it! Andrew Rivera knocking down the J. He has 7 points tonight. Elstrom Hall behind the back. Up with the left hand. Yes! Rivera feeds it over. Three ball. Count it. Jack Buckley with the swisher. And going for the steal, Rodriguez. And it's taken back by August. Willison underneath. Marcinowski up and no good. Pulls down the rebound and puts it in, plus the foul. James Marcinowski making some noise in the low post.
Several different point scores strike for the Hillers, and they outscore Milford in the third quarter 20-18, but still find themselves trailing Milford 53-42 heading into the fourth quarter.
Back to Canales. Canales up and in he goes. They can compete with anybody. They're just so good at trapping. Willardson feeds it over to Canales. Canales up with the hook. Yes! Milbrun stripped away by Petit Friere. Trying to escape with it. Has it. Along the corner. Gonna take it. Yes! Patrice Petit Friere has put the Hillers within one. Willardson with it. Pick set by Marcinowski. Willardson down the lane. Yes! The Hillers have the lead. 10 seconds left. Feeds it to the corner. Vilbrun. Yes! We're tied up at 68. Oh, it's stolen away. At the buzzer, we have a foul. What a steal by Luca Testa. He goes to lay it back up and draws the foul. And he hits. Second of two. He got it.
An epic comeback run by the Hillers, but they fall just short. 70-68 versus Milford. Gustavo Coutinho and Andrew Rivera led the way for Milford, dropping 13 points each. Top scorers for the Hillers included Tori Elstrom Hall with 14 points, Jackson Canales with 12 points, and James Marcinowski also had 14 points for the Hillers. Hopkinton falls to 3-1. Milford improves to 2-1.
Gave her life to coaching and teaching young athletes and contributed to something so special that is still being carried on today. My family and I are so grateful for the opportunity to dedicate this tournament to her. We created a memorial scholarship to give to graduating Hopkinton High School students involved in athletics and those who exhibit great character and leadership, as my mom did. The scholarships are awarded to students who are active members of the Hopkinton community and who are good people and even better teammates.
Later in the week, on Saturday, December 28th, the third annual Mary Corby Invitational Tournament took place. Hopkinton seek to earn their second straight tournament title. They started the action off with a meeting versus Algonquin.
Here comes the Hillers. With it, Vallis sends it into the paint, up and in. Abby Rabinovich is working the perimeter. Vallis driving in, up for the jumper, knocks it down. Over to Singh. Singh fires it to the block, and Algonquin responds. Eliana Campos.
The first half was a defensive struggle for both teams. After a 13-13 first quarter, it was a 7-6 second quarter. Hillers led 20-19 at the halftime break.
We got a few years to see that.
Second free throw, no good. Batted around. And Rabinovich comes up with the loose ball, kicks it out, and knocking down the three. Tegan Restaghini. Here comes that offense we've been waiting for. And picking it up along the far side, Chatton. Chatton feeds it in. Restaghini gonna take it back out. Along the perimeter they go. Driving in, Grady kicks it over. Three ball, no good. And it's a Hiller rebound. Put back, yes, Whitman Kraus. And Algonquin needs a timeout just like that. The blink of an eye. The Hillers up by 11. And the Hillers have it off the mislaying attempt by Ella Singh. Here comes Vallis. Sends it over now to the corner. Simulus for three. Yes! Gabby Simulus knocking it down from three-point land.
An offensive explosion in the third quarter. Hillers outscore Algonquin 29-16, and that would end up being enough as they took the 60-52 win. Sophomore Julia Chatton and freshman Abby Rabinovich dropped 13 points each. Tegan Restaghini led the way for the Hillers with 15 points. Hopkinton improved to 3-1 overall. Algonquin falls to 3-2. In Game 2 of the tournament, Milford and Westboro battled to determine who would take on the Hillers in the Mary Corby Invitational Championship game. It was a 12-7 Milford lead heading into the second quarter.
Full court pressure by the Scarlet Hawks. Trying to drop that turnover. Shrivasta and Baglioni able to strip it away, keeps it in bounds, and Milford has it. Chloe Murdoch takes it along the far side. Here comes Baglioni. Gets it over to Ava. Now to Cunningham. Cunningham feeds it down. Up for the shot. No good. Kiernan. Milford maintains possession. And the putback by Chloe Murdoch is good.
They are running really fast and causing turnovers.
They certainly are. Yeah, they have great hustle, some good quick hands too, and Westboro's got to be aware of that. Murdoch gets into the corner. 3 attempt, and it's good. Olivia Baglioni with her second 3-ball of the. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. We are just about ready for the second half. As we enter the second half, it's the Hopkinton Hillers 33, Westwood Wolverines 27. A good back and forth battle here in this TVL large matchup, a 16-15 first quarter in favor of Hopkinton, a 17-12 second quarter in favor of the Hillers. Let's take a look at the scoring totals for the first half. We'll start with the visiting Westwood Wolverines. Charlotte Hurley with 2 points, Mackenzie Kaiser with 6, Julie Hogan with 8 points, Caroline Nazalillo with 2, Angelina Holmesy with 3, and Liz Weeman with 6. For the Hillers, you got Gabby Simulus with 3, Julia Chatton with 2, Sophia Whitman-Krause with 5, Megan Grady with 1, Tegan Restaghini leading the way with 12, Sophia Lucidi with 2, and Abby Rabinovich with 8. Tom Nappy alongside Morgan Donahue on the call on this Friday night as we are just about ready for the second half. Morgan, what do you think Westwood has to do to get back into this game?
I think they got to get the full court press, a plan of attack. And I think moving that ball, we used to say in hockey, there's nothing that moves faster than the puck. There's nothing that moves faster in basketball than the ball. So being able to move that ball effectively, not necessarily trying to beat it yourself, but getting people open where you can pass it to and move it down court pretty quickly. So I think that will be the biggest part and we got an aggressive play there with Charlotte Hurley, but recovered back by Hopkinton. But that set the tone in the first half, was that aggressive defense, and you could see the momentum move into the offensive side for Hopkinton as well.
I think if Westwood could get their 3-ball going, that might help as well. Looks like they got some good 3-ball shooters out there. We'll see if that happens in this half. Restaghini up for the lay-in, no good. Putback, no good. Grady with a secondary putback draws the foul. Some good low post play there by the Hillers. For those of you just joining us, the Hillers in the white, Westwood in the green. And Hopkinton's at the line. Megan Grady, who is 1 for 2 so far from the strike.
So we got a score update for you, Tom. So the boys on the road playing at Westwood tonight. At the half, Hopkinton 40, Westwood 39.
Ooh, wow.
So a great matchup in Westwood right now between the TVL large foes.
Absolute battle over there as well as Grady hits the second.
If I'm not mistaken, I think boys basketball were TVL champs last year for basketball.
No good there as it was blocked, and it is going to be Westwood ball. Good block underneath.
It was.
I'll have to look at my archives.
I think it was because I had the captains of the boys basketball on the podcast, and they mentioned Hopkinton came away with it last year.
I believe you are correct. I know there was a lot of teams towards the end of the season battling for it. It was very close.
There was no front runner.
I believe you're right. I believe it was the Hillers. I'm pretty sure they went like 17-3 last.
It's like one of those seasons where it comes down to the last game of the season type win.
That's right. No good on the lay-in attempt by Holmesy, and the Hillers have it. Restagini trying to feed it to Grady. And it's knocked away. Loose ball. Out of bounds it goes. And good awareness by Liz Weeman, letting it roll out of bounds. It'll be Wolverines basketball.
Another adjustment for Westwood. They are able to get that ball towards the rim, but a little bit too strong on the off the glass. So adjustments of being a little bit softer, a little bit of a softer touch. Those will be going in pretty quickly.
Mazzalillo feeds it to Hurley. Hurley down the lane. No good. Collected by Rabinovich. Gets it over to Grady.
Great cut move by Hurley. Able to cut through and then take it right to the rim.
Restagini feeds the elbow. Kick out by Whitman-Kraus. Now along the wing, Restagini back to Whitman-Kraus. She gets it up top to Grady. Gonna drive down, up with the underhand lay-in, and she will put it through, plus the foul.
And they got the Hopkinton bench up after that. They were fired up. Big play.
And one opportunity for Megan Grady. No good. Westwood has the rebound.
Grady, one of the captains for Hopkinton, huh? And then I see...
He is indeed certainly one of the leaders out there.
Rustagini, junior captain. It's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And Hurley battling for it with a couple of Hiller defenders, now covered up by Whitman-Kraus. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Greco to keep it in Hiller possession. And some good heads-up basketball there by Whitman-Kraus, covering it up and allowing Coach Greco to get the timeout call.
Smart play. I mean, where they're standing, the coaches, you can't really see that possession arrow. So if your player has it and, there's opportunity where the other player could get a hand on it, call that timeout. You get plenty of them,
Right.
Maintain that possession.
And even if the possession arrow is going your way, you'll still have it.
Yes, you're going to have it regardless.
Jump ball.
It's like you have some cards to play there. So,
right.
You don't have to keep your timeouts for the end of the game. And that's, if there's a time to use that timeout, that's a great usage of that timeout.
Bit of a slow offensive start in this third quarter, about 2 minutes in, and 3-0 quarter so far. I think the key to the second half, what team can heat up first?
Yeah, and both teams now aggressive on defense. So either team make some adjustments to get some clean looks and take advantage of them. We are seeing clean looks, but we're seeing balls in and out. We're seeing off the rim. So being able to take advantage of those clean looks for points, 2s and 3s.
Yeah, the rims here can be unforgiving at times.
It's like the double rim at the local YMCA.
I won't say that bad. Restagini on the give and go, fires it across. Grady for 3, no good. And Westwood has it. Quick break up court. Hogan up for the lay-in. Yes, plus the foul.
Big play by the sophomore. Not much of an angle to work with there. She was able to, work her body to at least get some kind of an angle off the board and able to get the 2, and now going to go for the 3 for the and 1.
How about the night Julie Hogan's having? 10 points so far, leading all Westwood scorers. No good on the and 1 attempt.
She's going to have a absolutely amazing career. She's only a sophomore, and the sparks I've seen out of her in the few games they played this year, the upside is amazing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Look out for her over the next couple of seasons. Up for the shot and no good, but pulling down her own rebound. Whitman-Kraus, she puts it back. Count it. 7 points for Sophia Whitman-Kraus. Hogan has it knocked away by Grady, recovers back court, gets it up to Holmesy. Holmesy trying to shake the defender. Hands it to Law. Law back to Holmesy, down the lane. No, can't finish. It's a Westwood rebound. Liz Weeman in the right place at the right time. Law for the shot, yes. Abigail Law, her first bucket of the night.
Took it right to the hoop. Get the nice finish there to put Westwood within 7. So chipping away at Hopkinton's lead.
Restagini trying to respond, no good. Rebound Westwood collected by Hurley. Hurley
That's in a 3 look for the Wolverines coming soon. This is where they chip away points.
driving in, no good on the shot, no foul called. The official ruled simultaneous contact. Here comes Grady. Grady around the defender, can't finish. Battle for it underneath, and it's going to go to Westwood.
That was a physical play down there. It's the old saying in the 80s for basketball was no body bag, no foul.
Yes, right. It's getting a little hockey-ish out there.
Yeah.
Full court pressure by the Hillers as Hurley taking it up. Loss sets the pick, gets the pass, drives down, kicks it to the block, up and in. Angelina Holmesy.
My goodness, Hurley split the 2 defenders on that pass, and the great movement to get it to Holmesy for the finish. Now Westwood within 5.
Rabinovich to Restaghini. Kicks it over. 3 attempt, Vallis, no good. Collected by Westwood. Holmesy with the rebound. Hurley will take it up. Hurley down the lane, around the defender, count it. Westwood on a run, back to a 3-point game at 3:50 left to go in the third quarter.
And basketball is a game of swings. You know, you can go up 5, down 5. But Westwood was down at one point, what was it? Was it 11? 10 or 11? So to get the last 6 points here, that's big. You know, get Westwood within arm's length now, and now you have some time to get some rest with the timeout. These are good timeouts too. Get your best players their wind back, where they don't have to come off and miss game action too. So those are some good timeouts in my book, is when you can allow your players to rest, especially come down the home stretch.
Right. Well, that was a Hiller timeout, and Coach Greco trying to get his offense going. They're struggling shooting-wise. Missed a couple of lanes here early in this quarter, so he's going to try to get that offense rolling, and we'll see if this timeout helps with the momentum shift. But a good start to the quarter for Westwood, as they are very much back in this game, trailing by only 3.
And this is where you see what your team's made of. It's a big game early in the season, so it's not the end of the world. But which players are going to be the ones that step up? How do they react to adversity? It's back and forth. That's how a typical game goes. But, are they still focused on the next bucket? So these are great opportunities for both teams.
Restaghini takes it up. Over to Vallis, now the corner, Simulus, back to Vallis, thought about the 3, kicks it out. Vallis feeds it in, and Rabinovich called for the travel.
I didn't see much there.
And a little step back before she dribbled. They don't get away with it as much as they do in the NBA.
Oh my
here.
goodness, you can walk the whole court in the NBA.
Oh, Law trying to hit Kaiser at the block, and a little mishandle on the pass. Hillers get it back.
I've seen LeBron do a layup from the 3-point line. No travel call.
Him, forget about it. He never gets called.
Nothing.
That's swatted out of bounds. Good block by Hogan. Hillers will have the entry. Vallis feeds it in. Rabinovich looking to get it to the elbow. It's stolen away by Ward. A good read on the pass. Ward feeds it over to Nazalillo. Down the lane, up with the right hand, no good. She's going to grab the loose ball along the short corner, try to put it out of bounds off of Rabinovich, kicks into the corner. That 3 ball, no good. Westwood maintains as Ward collects along the far side, and then we have a foul. Knocked to the surface was Hogan, and that's going to be a push call against the Hillers. Looks like they'll get Gabby Simulus with her first foul of the game. Team second by the Hillers. Both teams are 2 apiece in the quarter. Good block by Rabinovich. Now Zalillo on the putback, no good. A secondary putback, and what a block by Rabinovich. Vallis taking it up for the Hillers. Some great low post play by the freshman, Rabinovich.
Unbelievable. Both sides of the court, she's been terrific. But big blocks right there, blocking Nazalillo on those attempts. Nazalillo is not an easy person to block. Terrific athlete. Some good movement here by Westwood.
Quickly up court, up for the shot, no good. Loose ball, batted around, collected by Vallis. Vallis now runs into the defender Ward, and it looks like we have a foul. That'll be the second of the game on Madison Ward, team third for Westwood. Physical third quarter we got.
Oh, yeah.
Simulus drives through a pair of defenders, up for the shot, no good. Rabinovich battling for it along with Hogan, and we get a jump ball call. Possession arrow belongs to the Hillers.
Fiscaldo coming in for Westwood. Nozzolillo going to get a rest.
Vallis on the entry. Gets it over to Restaghini, driving down. You count it. A well-needed bucket for the Hillers. They've been ice cold the last few minutes. But Restaghini breaks the cold streak.
That's a big basket. Goes from 3 points to 5-point lead.
Kaiser trying to respond. Loose ball now being batted around. Kaiser gets it over, but Vallis there to pick it up for the Hillers. Around the defender she goes. Down the lane, up for the shot. No good. Pulling it in was Simulus, but saying, give me that back is Ward, and Westwood has it. Ward just came in there and was like, give me that. Law with it. Kicks it out to Ward. Ward trying to sneak around the defender. A good feed there, now to the corner. 3 attempt. No good by Kaiser. Oh, errant pass by Whitman Krause. It'll go back to Westwood. Miscommunication there.
Good ball movement going on, and then Hopkinton able to get the steal. A little miscommunication on that pass. Westwood's going to have the possession with 1:06 left here in the third quarter.
Law on the entry. Gets it over to Hurley.
This game's got a feel of anytime there's been a big basket, the other team answers. So see how Westwood, if they're able to answer that last big basket by the Hillers.
Law feeds the top of the perimeter to Hogan, trying to get into the interior. Battle for it now. And we're going to get a jump ball call. Getting tangled up was Pearson Woodruff along with Holmesy.
Westwood's going to have the possession with the arrow in their side.
Under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Very low scoring third quarter. Been a very gritty, physical, defensive quarter. Oh, errant pass there. Hogan fires it past Fiscaldo. It'll be Hiller ball.
Basketball can become a physical game, especially if you're going to go to those, those physical areas, the paint. There's no free rides in the paint. So we're seeing in this third quarter, we've seen a lot of it. And it also shows you how much the teams want it. There's balls on the ground, loose balls, diving for it, and getting jump balls.
I bet you that game going on over at Westwood right now is a physical game.
Yes.
Foul called as Pearson Woodruff tries to feed it to the corner. It's going to be against Westwood, team fourth. And that'll be the second on Angelina Holmesy. Grady along the corner. She'll work it up the perimeter. Simulus feeds it to Restaghini, back to Simulus. Here's Vallis. Along the elbow, Grady driving down, up for the shot. And what a put in that was.
That was fantastic. Nice move, and then a little underhand kind of...
it was kind of a hook shot.
A little underhand hook, yeah. 6 seconds, 5. Westwood looking to answer.
No good there, 4 seconds. Can the Hillers get a long shot? Not long enough. That'll do it for the quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's the Hillers 42, Westwood 35. Hillers up by a touchdown.
As you said, gritty quarter. But Hopkinton, they came out on top with the big buckets that they needed to expand on that lead. Westwood got it to within 3. Then Hopkinton able to get up 6. So a big finish for them. But yeah, defense was the tone there and grittiness. A lot of physicality, but that's what you get with teams that are rivals and have that feel to that playoff feel here early on in the season.
That's right. You know, both these teams want this one bad. I'm sure they both had it marked on the calendar. And it's kind of been a tale of two halves. First half, certainly some good physical defensive play, but a lot more scoring than the second half. You had a 16-15 quarter, 17-12 quarter. The third quarter comes along, 9-8.
Yeah.
And that's where we stand entering the final 8 minutes of regulation. Who will come out on top? Time will tell. Westwood is 4-0 on the season. The Hillers 4-1. So far this season, Westwood has defeated Ashland, Lincoln, Sudbury, Holliston, and Norwood. The Hillers started off with a loss to a very good Norwood team and then took down Dedham, Holliston, Algonquin, and Milford. So we'll see which team continues their winning streak.
When I look at both teams, they both played Norwood. Both games were low scoring. So Hopkinton played Norwood first game of the year, 44-23. Westwood plays Norwood at 32-25. So when you're playing these top teams in the TVL, it's every possession is high focus, and there is no free layups, no free shots that are going to be going under both teams' watch.
And it's very competitive this year.
Oh, yeah.
Grady calling it out, gets it back to Restaghini. Restaghini gets it over to Chatton. Now to the interior. Up for the shot. No good. Is Rabinovich. Put back. No good. Poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hillers out off of Weeman.
A lot of battles like that all night. You know, on these rebounds going up, battling for loose rebounds like that. It's been the tone.
Chatton feeds it in. Rabinovich trying to shoot around the defender and popped out of bounds off of Whitman Krause. It'll be Westwood ball.
So Weeman back in the game. Keep an eye on her. She's had a couple threes early in the game. She can pop a couple here for Westwood, get them within striking distance. They're only down 6, but, you know, a three's going to cut that in half.
Fires it to the corner, taking it in now. Kaiser around the defender, draws the foul. That'll be called on Megan Grady.
There'll be a lot of ice bags after today's game.
I'd say so.
Not only just get the contact with the players, but a lot of contact with the court.
First free throw, no good from Kaiser. She's 2 for 3 from the strike so far tonight. She hits there. A 6-point game. Restaghini takes it up. Grady back to Restaghini. Now over to Chatton. Grady gets it to Rabinovich. Up with the left hand. Count it. What a lay-in by Rabinovich.
Terrific finish. Such a smooth left hand she has.
Freshman with 10 points on the night. Westwood looking to respond here. Weeman gets it over, drive it in. Nazalillo now underneath Holmesy, kicks it out. 3 attempts, no good. Kept in bounds by Nazalillo, but she got it to Restaghini, but it's stolen away by Hurley. Up for the lay-in, no good. A battle for it. Westwood comes away with it. Up from the block, Kaiser draws the contact.
Kaiser just ripped that ball out. That was...
What a sequence that was.
Yeah. Ripped that out, then takes it to the hoop. I mean, that was... What an emotional swing that was. It looked like Hopkinton was going to have the ball going the other way. Kaiser just steals it, takes it to the hoop, gets the foul, now on the line.
You know, that's how you know when a team's well coached, when they just don't give up on it.
Yes, absolutely.
And you got 2 teams with that type of style here tonight.
When you have a team that says, if I have a second on the clock, that's all I need. That's a team that is well coached, where they always feel like they are in the game.
Kaiser feeling it from the line. She is 5 for 6 from the strike. 6-point game. Restaghini with it. Restaghini splits the defenders, takes it down the lane, gets it over to Rabinovich to kick out. Chatton, 3-ball, no. Batted by Rabinovich. Grady picks it up. Grady trying to feed it inside, and it's swiped away by Holmesy. Westwood takes it up. Holmesy to Hurley. Hurley gets it into the interior. The kick out. 3 ball. No good by Holmesy. Hillers get it back. Restaghini down the lane and the block by Nazalillo, but it looks like we may have a foul, and we do. Some body contact there along with the block, and that'll be a team first for Westwood. 4th on Nazalillo, so she's going to have to look out the rest of the game.
That ball can go a long way in this court. It's like it's in Milford right now.
It's because it's so squeaky clean out there.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. If you don't stay on top of that ball when it gets out of bounds, it can go a long way.
And he finally got back from Milford with the basketball, ready for the free throws. First to 2, yes. Tegan Restaghini having quite a night. 15 points so far for the junior. Leading the way for the Hillers. No good on the second. Rebound by Kaiser. Full court pressure continues from the Hillers. Kaiser to Law. Back to Kaiser. Thought about the 3, will get it into the interior. Up for the lay-in, and good is Holmesy.
Holmesy gets out to within 5 now.
Westwood responding with full court pressure of their own. Restaghini gets it over to Whitman Kraus. And now taking it across Grady, and we're going to have a moving violation, it looks like.
I feel like this game is like a chess match. Both teams, countering each possession, each movement.
Right.
5-point game. Late here in the game, this has been a terrific game so far.
Absolutely. Hurley. Any update on that boys game going on?
Let's check.
Working
Yes. After 3, Hopkinton 57, Westwood 55. So heck of a game going on down in Westwood amongst the Hillers and the Wolverines.
We're going to have a travel against the Hillers. We'll call it against Vallis. Westwood ball. Under 5 minutes left to go. A 5-point game. Like the boys' game over in Westwood, this game is very much anyone's game. Feeds it underneath. Holmesy around the defender. Draws the foul. That'll be the first foul of the night on Sophia Whitman-Kraus. Holmesy hits the first of 2.
It's a big basket. Get you now within 4.
She has
Basket here
8.
will get you within a 3-pointer.
8 points on the night for Holmesy. There's 9. 3-point game.
Well, shooting free throws can make a difference in a game.
Yes, in a game like this, free throws are a big deal.
Westwood getting very aggressive right now in the press.
Feeds it underneath, up and in, a big bucket for Julia Chatton. Good response by the Hillers. Hurley with it. Feeds it to Kaiser. Kaiser around the defender, down the lane, kicks it to the block. Yes, Hurley.
Great
Or
pass
Holmesy,
from
excuse me.
Kaiser was driving. It drew the defender in, passed it over to Holmesy. Holmesy with the finish.
We're going to have a foul along the far side.
You know what I love seeing about both teams? They're sharp. Their game is getting sharper as it's later and where it matters more. So it's a great sign by both teams of just execution. We're seeing some execution going on right now where the lights are the brightest.
That's right. Well, Mackenzie Kaiser, 4 fouls on the night. She just got another foul call. She'll have to look out the rest of the evening. Restaghini splits the defenders up with a fadeaway, no good. And it's a rebound for Westwood, pulled down by Nazalillo. Taking it up, Holmesy kicks it over. Collected by Weeman. Back to the wing now, the feed underneath to Holmesy. And ball knocked loose. Hillers have it. Restaghini picks it up, but then ran into the trap there, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hillers, however. It was poked out by a defender. .333 left to go, and it's a 3-point game. Restaghini with it. Grady back to Restaghini. Now Chatton. Over to Grady. Rabinovich working along the perimeter now. Trying to shake up that interior. Restaghini for three. No. And swatted out of bounds off of Grady as Weeman pulls the hands back and lets Grady give Westwood the possession.
The effort by both teams chasing that ball down, trying to keep it in bounds. I mean, you can tell they want this. Both teams want this. Big game for both sides.
I think you're going to see a lot of that in the TVL Large.
We've seen it in the hockey games, over the years with Westwood and Hopkinton. It carries. It doesn't stay particular to any sport.
That's right. It's best league in the state.
Yes.
3 attempt, no good by Ward.
The best show in the state, TVL Sportsnet.
Well, you have a large role in that as well. Restaghini gets it up top to Vallis and out of the wing. 3 ball by Simulus is off the mark. Collected by Nazzalillo. Ward with it. She'll take it down. Up with the hook. No good. Battle for it, and Westwood gets it back as it's pulled away by Nazzalillo. Weeman now.
That was a huge steal by Nazzalillo.
Nazzalillo gets it underneath. Ward drives baseline, kicks it over. Up and in. Big time bucket. Mackenzie Kaiser.
All started by that steal from Nazzalillo, just out-strengthed or out-muscled for that ball.
Oh,
Kaiser.
another turnover. Kaiser with the interception. And we're going to get a Westwood timeout. A 1-point game,
Would you expect
157
anything different,
left.
Tom? My goodness.
Absolutely not. You got a 1-point game in the boys' game over in Westwood, a 1-point game here.
Chess match. When you see a miss and you see a rebound, you figure, okay, now it's the other team's opportunity. But no, there's turnovers happening all over the place, and it's not, from being sluggish or rusty. It's from just aggressive defense. It's from high focus. Both teams just really engaged in making their difference out there.
Well,
but we've also seen where they do take that risk, and we've seen some open players go down the court and get free layups. So it's risk-reward, but you're seeing it on both sides.
Well, the Westwood defense holding the Hillers only 5 points in the fourth quarter so far, an 11-5 quarter in favor of Westwood. Mackenzie Kaiser has come through big in the fourth frame for Westwood with 5 points in the fourth quarter, 11 overall, and Angelina Holmesy adding 6 points in the quarter. She now has 11 overall.
So keep an eye on Kaiser. So she's got 4 fouls.
Right.
Do you see Hopkinton taking it to the hoop with her there and seeing if she draws one? Who knows?
Yeah, well, she's going to come back into the game regardless.
Yep.
You follow out at this point,
She's in
not
now.
a big deal.
Yep.
Here we go. 1:57 left. A 1-point Hiller lead. Who's going to take it? Hurley gets it over to Weeman. Weeman up top, Nazzalillo. Nazzalillo trying to shake the defender. Errant pass. And we're going to have a violation against Westwood. It's going to be Hiller ball.
What's that violation? Is that was a shot clock violation or?
They had I believe it was a key violation.
Oh, okay.
Restaghini with it. Restaghini gets it underneath. The kick out. Along the wing now, Restaghini up top, Chatton trying to feed it in, knocked away. Westwood gets it back. Hurley with the recovery, up to Law. Back to Hurley, up top, driving down. Nazzalillo kicks it out. Law to the wing. Hurley for 3. Knocks it down! Westwood with a 2-point lead.
Welcome back, Charlotte Hurley. Out the last few games, her first game back. No bigger basket than that.
Over to Grady. Back to Restaghini. Grady now. Restaghini feeds Grady, driving down. And a timeout called by Coach Greco.
Tom, my goodness.
Wow. Hillers have led pretty much throughout the majority of the game, but Westwood coming up big in this fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game, 40 seconds left. Morgan, I might not be able to invite you to any more Hopkinton Westwood games.
Well, you know what? It's regardless, we see good games. And I think one of the common denominators of when we see Hopkinton and Westwood games is grittiness and good character-type games where a lot of times those diving possessions to get a turnover, free throws, these small things that we think are trivial become big things in the game and difference makers.
Right.
And now it's a 2-point game. Westwood up 49-47, 40 seconds left in the game. This is what it's all about. If we were to say before the game, you know, with 40 seconds left, it's going to be a 2-point game, I'd say I'm all in on that. But this is, we saw a buzzer beater already.
Well, if you look at the history between these two teams, it's certainly never out of the realm of possibilities.
No.
Here we go. Can the Hillers respond and retie the game? Chatting on the entry.
We got 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Gets it to Restaghini. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Chatton. 3 ball. No good. Pulled down by Grady. Battle for it underneath. And a timeout called by Coach Greco to keep it in Hiller possession.
What a timeout. That was a big timeout. I couldn't tell where the possession was, but regardless,
yeah,
if
Grady,
I'm a coach, I'm calling it.
Grady just had the wrap on it. He got that timeout just before Hurley's hand went in there and tried to snipe that away.
Those are the best timeouts you can call. Are those, ones that keep the possession, and it allows you to game plan. You can regroup. You can also make substitutions. Whatever you want, but it gives you, it gives you such an advantage to come back out on that court with a play drawn up or even just some words of wisdom for the players.
And the good news is, for the Hillers at least, they're going to have pretty much a fresh shot clock to work with coming out of that timeout.
Yep. What a game.
It absolutely is. I just keep thinking this game has overtime written all over it.
Let's see if there's any updates on the boys' game. I don't see any updates yet.
We'll see what happens. But don't be surprised if we're playing some extra minutes here.
There might be 2 games of the Westwood boys and girls might be part of TVL Sportsnet on the next episode.
Oh, what's the boys' update?
So it is 65-65 with 2 minutes 34 left in the boys' game.
Wow, unreal. Oh, foul. We're going to have a push foul as Chatton inbounded to Rabinovich. Is that against that's against Westwood.
So this is where you see good discipline by Westwood. That's their 3rd foul, team foul.
Mackenzie Kaiser has fouled out.
Oh, it was Kaiser. I didn't see that.
So she is done for the evening. Chatton on the entry.
Had a heck of a game.
Gets it in. Over to Restaghini. Driving down. Up for the shot, but no good, but a foul. She's heading to the line. Talk about pressure free throws.
This is where we were talking about free throws are big. None bigger than these 2 free throws right here.
Restaghini 15 points on the night. The junior hoping to add a couple more.
She's been a great leader for the young kids on this team. Just the way she goes about her game, her leadership, you can see that it brings out the best of these freshmen, sophomores on this team.
Absolutely. She hits the first.
Cool as a cucumber there.
Tie game.
2 big ones. Wow.
Westwood going to call a timeout to talk things over. 49-49, 24 seconds left. Unbelievable.
Just texting my source back. We're giving score updates. So both boys and girls tied up right now.
Unreal.
In the fourth quarter. Late in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely unreal. Tegan Restaghini coming up with 2 tremendously huge free throws. And she has hit 3 free throws in this quarter and has hit for 17 points overall and has been certainly one of the main producer of offense for the Hillers. But coming up big in the moment her team needed her most. We'll see if it'll get us to overtime, get the Hillers the win, or can Westwood strike in these final 24 seconds? I'm sure head coach Catherine Clifford drawing up something good right now.
Absolutely. Well, Tom, shout out real quick to the HCAM team, doing a terrific job. John, Mary, Mike, and Denise.
Absolutely. You've got the A-team on tonight.
Absolutely. They've been terrific. Got 3 cameras that I see in action. There's probably more.
Here we go. Liz Weeman on the entry. Full court pressure by the Hillers. 20 seconds left.
No shot clock.
Shot clock is indeed off. Hurley with it. Feeds it into the interior. Out for the shot and in. Angelina Holmesy. Hillers need to respond quickly. 7 seconds. 6. And it's knocked out of bounds. We have a foul.
Yep.
The foul is going to be against Westwood, and that is the 5th foul on Caroline Nazzalillo. She is fouled out. And it's team 5th. Hillers in the bonus.
Wow. Whoa.
So with 3.7 seconds left, Abby Rabinovich will be at the line for 2 to potentially tie this game back up.
So, freshman on the line, 2 free throws. She's been unbelievable, Tom, all night. You know, and that left hand, unbelievable. So,
10 points on the night.
This is just you couldn't predict this finish.
I'd say this is one for the archives, huh?
Yes.
Instant classic here at Hopkinton High School.
We at Westwood Media Center, we were talking about best games of the year, and we had the girls soccer game versus Hopkinton as the best game of the year that we covered. This, it's always funny how when the new year starts, that some of the best games are within a few days of the new year start. This certainly is one that will have its consideration.
Abby Rabinovich at the line for a pair.
What a career she's going to have. What a amazing talent, and she does not look, her confidence, you'd think she was a junior or a senior.
No good on the first.
Yeah, miss on purpose here. We'll see. We're going to get a timeout.
They're going to talk about it.
Yeah. That's kind of one of those things you don't really practice. You know, it's a weird scenario when, you miss one and you're down by 2. You need 2 points to tie it.
It's 3.7 seconds left. I think you do.
Yeah, but there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Do you do the line drive? Are you going for the front rim, or are you just trying to get it, touch the rim and go up and get a rebound and a quick shot?
These rims, you really just need it to touch.
Yes.
They got a little bit of a bounce back.
Yes. There's a basketball court in Westwood. It's Morrison Park, and they have the double rims. And if you don't go swish, that thing's going over the backboard.
Oh yeah.
So it forces, there's a lot of people who go there because it forces some sharpshooting. And it can be a good thing and a bad thing having rims like this. It forces swishes, or when you do have it a little off, it gets a big bounce.
I prefer the forgiving rims, but I'm a backboard guy.
We grew up on the Tim Duncan era, where he made it look smooth.
That's right. Abby Rabinovich at the line for her second of 2. She missed on the first. Westwood has the 2-point lead. No good. Oh, we got a violation. They're going to say Whitman Krause moved too soon, and Coach Greco disagrees.
The official's going to talk about it. I don't know what happened, but it looked like it did catch a piece of the side of the rim.
If the officials disagree here,
hit the it's Hopkinton ball, so it hit the rim.
Hopkinton ball, 3.1 seconds left. Here we go.
So this is exactly what they wanted. A chance to be able to shoot, go for a 2, even have a look at a 3.
And now Coach Clifford wants an explanation.
I don't know if it went out of bounds on Westwood or if they're...
It was. It touched. Yeah. It went off the rim and touched a defender and was out of bounds. Now we're going to get a timeout.
I mean, that's the perfect scenario you would want if you're head coach Greco, and you have time. So it's even more than what you would expect. You were expecting, if anything, maybe it goes off the rim, you get that possession, you get one quick look. Even better now. You have the possession, you have 3 seconds, and you have time to talk through it.
Talk about pandemonium at the end of this one, huh? Craziness.
This is going to make both teams better. Battle-tested is the word. When it comes to playoffs, where you've had those nerves, you've had the one-possession games with under a minute left, and the timeouts, the scenarios. These are things that are going to make both teams more battle-tested come playoff time that are going to probably be beneficial for some big wins.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what Coach Greco draws up here.
Now, here's the thing. Do you go for a 2 or you just go for an outside shot in the win? I think the 2 where you have Rabinovich with
I think you go for 2.
In the paint.
They haven't had much luck from three-point land.
Yeah.
I think you got to go 2.
But Westwood might give that. It might be open. So we'll see what they go with here.
Wherever you get the ball, you just shoot.
Exactly. 3 seconds. You're shooting when you're open.
Chatting on the entry. Feeds it over to Grady for 3. No good. And that's your ball game. Westwood going to hang on for the 51-49 win. Megan Grady had the opportunity to knock down the 3.
That was a good look.
But it rimmed out, and there's your ball game. Westwood stays undefeated as they get the 51-49 victory. Westwood now 5-0. Hillers fall to 4-2. Morgan, what a game you got to see with us tonight.
Unbelievable. I will say this now, Tom. When they play at Westwood, we would love to have you because I'm expecting, if it's anything like this in tonight's game, we're expecting a heck of a game.
Absolutely. An absolute barn burner of a game here tonight. 2 of the best in the TVL. Westwood takes the 51-49 win. That is going to do it for our coverage tonight. A big thank you to our crew, Denise Antaki, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, Mike Terosian, my broadcast partner, Morgan Donahue. I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Westwood defeats the Hillers in the final seconds by a final of 51-49. From all of us at HCAM, we thank you for watching. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Basketball on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.